Rodney Hill's the 45th rated athlete in the country. You mentioned him. He's out of Georgia. What can you tell us about him?
The thing with him is he brings a lot of versatility to the team. He's really good out of the backfield catching the ball, but he's about 6 foot 180, very much like Lawrence Hill at Philly that Florida State has right now. But he's probably a little bit more of a violent runner. For a guy who needs to add about 15 pounds, he runs really well behind his pads. But the thing that is exciting about him is that he's really good in the open field, and the way that Norvell likes to use his running backs all over the field, and the way he likes to rotate. You look at a guy like Antonio Gibson, who plays for the Redskins now. Kind of reminds me a little bit of him, is that he can line up out wide, be a receiver, but he's a really good runner. And again, like wide receiver, the running back class is not great this year. They identified a guy who was committed to Virginia, put the press on him, and they were able to flip him. So I think it's a really solid take as depth to a room that needs it. And he's also a guy that's going to be a contributor. I really want to see how he develops this year. If he can be that 200-pound, 6-foot back, he's going to be a really good player for Florida State. And he's hitting the ground running with recruiting. He's all about it. He's all about building that class up. So he's definitely in for it now.
Talking Florida State Seminoles recruiting with Nate Greer. Yeah, go ahead, Nate.
No, I was going to say the thing with him is that he's, like you mentioned, he's from Georgia. Since Brian Bartow came on, they really made a big push for Georgia recruits. And, Florida State needed to get back into that Georgia, South Georgia area because there's a lot of really good ball players in that area. So they're making a big push for Georgia. And, he's a guy who knows a lot of other kids, plays on 7-on-7 with a lot of the other guys that they're targeting. So, on that side of it, Rodney Hill brings kind of that name that these other recruits may know. And that's important right now when you still can't take visits. You see your friends and teammates buying into what Florida State is doing. So, off the field, it's a very good take for Florida State.
Tracking Florida State recruiting with Nate Greer. You can catch him on Knoll Game Day, of course. So we've got a Florida State show with Logan Robinson every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock Eastern time. So lock it in on that. And obviously get on over to Knoll Game Day. These guys are insane covering Florida State football. So that's the place to be. That's all there is to it. Go to Knoll Game Day and everything that they do there. Hear the Spear podcast and the written work there at Knoll Game Day. Nate,
check out our Discord too.
Yep,
Mark. Yeah, check out the Discord. We've Dustin and I have been putting a lot of information in our Discord. A lot of stuff that's gotten out there, we put out there first. So the Discord also, if you like to chat with Florida State fans and chop it up. It's not just football; it's basketball, it's baseball. We've been out front with this these changes with the team way before anyone else has had that information. So it's been it's fun.